segment.
You know it.
All right, Coach. I want you to go ahead and introduce our overtime segment. What we got this week?
So it's funny. You kind of just hit me with the prediction question. So I'm going to throw some questions at you.
Let's run it.
Overtime segment, man. I'm just kind of sitting down thinking about some stuff, recapping the season. So, sometimes I like to pick your brain. So I got 4 questions for you. You know what I mean? You need some time, take some time. If not, we just chop it up. So I'm going to ask you, and then I'm going to give my answer.
For sure.
All right, so we're going into week 16. What's the best stadium you've been in?
The best stadium.
Best stadium.
This year?
This year.
The stadium.
Just the stadium. I got him with that one, y'all.
No, because I'm gonna tell you. Shout out! I'm gonna go with Mullencough Stadium. Coach Birch took me through a tour through the indoor facility, the backdrop it has on there. So I like how they've redid the track around the field.
For sure.
So if I have to look at the facility, the best facilities we've been in, I'm gonna go. We talking about the stadium.
The stadium.
I'm going with Mullencough Stadium.
Well, you know me, I'm piggybacking off that. You know what I mean? I'm too biased when it comes to that. You ever ask me what's the best stadium? I'm always going Mullencough. You know what I mean? Shout out to the crib, man.
For sure.
What's the best atmosphere? Just atmosphere. Best atmosphere we've been in this year.
Walsh Jesuits hosting Akron Hoban.
I was going back and forth. That was a great one. I'm gonna go Cam McKinley Massillon.
Cam McKinley.
I'm gonna go Cam McKinley Massillon. But that was a great one. To kind of piggyback, I think I'm gonna flip my answer on this next one. What's the best game? Best game we've been at. Just the game.
The best game of the year?
Yep.
Akron Hoban at Walsh Jesuit.
Yeah, I'm agree with you on that one. I think Walsh Jesuit, Akron Hoban won week 7. I think that was the best game. Great atmosphere, like you said. So, I agree with you on that. Last one, bro. What's the biggest surprise, good or bad? Something that caught you off guard this year as far as what you were thinking about a player, a team, a program going into the season, and whether they underperformed or overperformed your expectations or something caught you off guard this year?
Biggest surprise. The biggest surprise, and I'm gonna mark this as a good thing, right? And it's gonna sound crazy, but the biggest surprise probably would be this past recent week. If you would have watching Ursuline up close for the last 2 years, if you would have told me they wouldn't get in the end zone for 6,
right?
I was 24 hours later. I was like,
yeah.
It was puzzling, and the reason I say it's a good thing. Now, the reason I said is obviously it's not what you want to see, but
the outcome,
right, outcome. But the reason I say that was good because my whole thing with Ursuline, we around that program close and we seen them playing at a high level, and they were, they dominated for 13 weeks straight. You know what I'm saying? Even games where, a few games where it was closer than others. We kind of attributed that to them maybe not being hitting on all cylinders, but I wanted to see them in a game where I feel like they were matched, like equally matched, and I think they rose to the occasion. I think that pound for pound, like I said, pound for pound, a 1-point game, and maybe the weather conditions different. Maybe he hit that 55-yarder.
Right.
They were still, because even they still had a chance of winning, even with 33 seconds left.
Right.
So they were still threatening. They were still threatening. Like it wasn't over just after that. With that 33 seconds left, they still were.
They did a good job, and they did a good job. You could tell they work on it also, but they did a good job of having a couple plays ready to be able to get the ball in position to give the kicker a chance. Shout out to the kicker, man.
Right.
He had a great game. I mean, they only had 6 points, so you put all the points on the board. And the kick wasn't a bad kick at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Standing right underneath the goalpost, the ball pretty much hit right by us. So it maybe just needed 1-2 more yards in length, But you can kind of tell when they hit like the 10, 15-yard line, the wind
It
just kind of
started
took
losing.
it.
Yeah, it
Yeah, the
started
wind just
losing.
kind of
Yeah,
took it. Especially not only the wind and then just kicking in the cold. You add both of them things, it's kind of tough. But shout out to the kicker from Ursuline, man. Keep your head up, man. You had a
yeah,
good
for
game.
sure, for sure. He definitely, like I said, with a high power offense like that, to be able, the kicker held them down.
Right.
They haven't been in a lot of positions where the kicker was that different in
Right.
the game. You know what I'm saying? But the kicker held them down while they was figuring it out.
Yep.
And so yeah, that was the
That's a
biggest
good one.
surprise. And like
Right.
I said, I would lean more towards the good side because, with an honorable opponent, them matched up and pound for pound, they answered the bell for me.
I got you, man. I'm gonna go with I got a couple surprises. I'm gonna start with Iggy, man. I told you earlier in the year I thought Iggy was gonna kind of be my upset special team every week. Now when I said that, I wasn't expecting him to go 8-2, 9-1, but I wasn't expecting him to go 1-9 again.
Right.
So that was a surprise right there. And I know Coach Franzinger, I know he's gonna get the program back rolling. He was a big time football player there, so he know the pedigree, he know the tradition, and they're gonna get back rolling. In St. Ignatius, they too good of a program not to. But that was a surprise. Locally, Cheney. Thought Cheney was gonna be better. I'm probably just basing that off the talent that they got that I seen there. But they got the talent. Now, we didn't get a chance to go to any of their games, so we don't know why they didn't have the type of season that we was expecting them to have. That ain't no shot at nobody, the coaches, nobody. But when you just know the talent that they have, when you are around the program and you get to see the talent firsthand, I thought they would have a little bit better year than they had. You know what I mean? So that's one of my surprises. And then my last surprise, man, is I knew Chaz was good. I knew Chaz was a good athlete. I knew he had the potential to be good. I didn't know he was that good. Especially defensively. Offensively, I knew he could throw the ball. I knew he could make plays with his feet. I knew he had a cannon. I knew he was good throwing the ball on the run, which he did, displayed all them things. Defensively, I didn't know he was that good. And what I'm saying is, I've been saying it all year. You take a kid that's 6'6", 225 pounds. He got shoulders like Dwight Howard. So when he get in the weight room, you know what I mean, it's already there. He got ankles like a 5'8", 5'9" guy. So he could turn the corner, he could bend and flatten. His ankle flexibility is crazy for a kid, 6'6", 225 pounds. But then I felt like Coach Rich and his coaching staff did a good job kind of helping him take his game to the next level. He showed up in every game. He made plays in every game. Against Ursuline, he didn't play good against Ursuline. We weren't at every game. But outside of Ursuline, I would say he played good, pretty good. He played pretty good to good in every game. But he showed a lot. Coming off the edge, rushing the passer. He was better against the run. He was more disciplined. He was great in his pass drops, getting his hands on footballs, making interceptions, taking them to the house. So I knew the potential Chaz had. I knew what type of quarterback he had as far as talent. But Chaz got NFL potential, man. Chaz can change him and his family's life. And that's credit to him. You know what I mean? Credit to Coach Rich and the coaching staff for kind of giving him that extra boost. Credit to his family for giving him the support he need. But all in all, the credit got to go to Chaz. He the one who put the work in. He the one, just in 1 year, he changed the dynamic behind how people look at him. Last year we would talk to people and they was like, man, this kid, he look good. Like, why we don't know about him? Why he ain't doing that? And it wasn't all Chaz's fault. There was a lot of stuff going on around the program, a lot of different factors that kind of played in part to it. That's why I want to give Coach Rich some of the credit. New head coach come in. And I don't know if it was a relationship, him talking to Chaz believing in him. Chaz seeing how Coach Rich was doing a good job selling him to the college coaches. I don't know what it was, but you've seen a different Chaz this year. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Chaz a finished product. He got a lot of stuff he need to work on, as all kids do in high school. But as far as just being a surprise, I didn't know he was that good on defense. Like, Chaz could be an NFL player. He can change his family's life. Now, he got to go through the proper steps to do that. It ain't no just you go to Penn State. Nah, you got to go get in the weight room, go get bigger, stronger, faster, take the coaching, learn how to play against the run, learn how to play against the run against multiple schemes, learn how to rush the passer against Division I tackles. You know what I mean? Have different sets. You know, speed rush, bull rush, how to take speed to power, how to convert power to speed, how to continue to drop. And he's doing that at a good school in Penn State that produces pass rushers, you know, at a high level. So I would say them are my three surprises as far as teams go. St. Ignatius, Cheney locally, and as a player, shout out to Chaz, man. Chaz even surprised me by how good he is, especially defensively. So I'll say that's my biggest surprise right there.
That's dope, man. You know, shout out to Chaz, of course. And, you know, that's not to, you know, add on to your answer, but the mental toughness too.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, like I said, I talked to Coach Birch earlier in the season, and he said, you know, it's a difference between being a good player and being that dude on the team. And they put that weight on the bar. We want offense. We want deep, you know, we want you to punt. We want you to do it all. And with a whole new coaching staff.
Yeah.
And, you know, galvanize the whole community behind his play.
Yep.
It was the end of an era. He got caught up in the end of an era this junior year with Coach Steve Arnold, his last season in place. Brought a whole new coaching staff in, new roles, different expectations. And like you said, shout out to the coaching staff, but also shout out to Chaz for the you know, the mental toughness to stay focused, trust what the people that was put in place set up for him, and then execute. So like I said, the mental toughness, you know what I'm saying, we get the kids are in the fishbowl, these young men are in the fishbowl. Everybody got an opinion about how they playing and how good they are and comparing them, this, that, and the third. But he seemed to embrace whatever came with it, kept his eye on the ball the whole time. And like I said, through his play, was able to galvanize a whole football community in Warren. And also, you know, he set the example.
Yes.
He set the example for the younger guys coming behind him, you know, going out, being committed to Penn State.
He set the trail back on fire.
It's back on fire.
He set the trail back on fire. You know what I mean?
You know.
That's why I wanted to give Coach Rich some credit. But you made a good point, bro. That made me think about something else. You know what I mean? Shout out to Coach Ongaro, defensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator came in for putting Chaz in the 3-4 and letting him go. A lot of times, you know, you can't have your best year or have a good year unless you're in the right scheme, in the right situation. So shout out to Coach Ongaro. Shout out to my guy, Coach Manny. Shout out to Davion Smith. I know a lot of them guys work with the linebackers. So they did a good job with Chaz. And again, you know, I'm old school, so anytime you're giving the kid too much love, you don't want to give him too much. Chaz got a lot of stuff he need to continue to work on as a player, as a person, as we all do. But the sky's the limit. You know, I'm from Warren. I love all Warren kids, as I know you do. He's one of ours. He's from Warren. I know the family. Shout out to the family. And we're going to be praying and wishing and hoping like heck that Chaz reaches even half of the potential he has, because he'll be able to change his life and his family's life.
For sure.
And more importantly, he'll be able to change his future family's life and be able to set them a little more differently than some of our kids are in Warren. So shout out to the kid.
Indeed, man. Shout out to the guys, man. That's our overtime segment for this week, Coach. I appreciate it. It was great questions, man.
You know it.
Now, shout outs, baby. Let's pay the
we ended, man, before we get out of here, man. You know it. Shout out to my kids, my babies, man. My 4 kids. Shout out to my son in heaven. I miss you. Shout out to my granddaughter. Got to spend some time with them for Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Shout out to their mom, Keela. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? For her being a great mother, letting me get an opportunity to be a father. So that was great. Shout out to all the supporters. You know, we say it every week. Shout out to everybody that love us. We love y'all. Shout out to nephew over here on the ones and twos. We got the best producer, like we say every week. So shout out to my nephew. I appreciate you. Shout out to the Mr. Football finalists we had from Northeast Ohio. Scotty Fox from Menor, Nolan Good from Avon, and Keller Moulton from Walsh Jesuit. Good luck to them guys. I'm pretty sure it get announced on Thursday, December the 4th. So good luck to all them guys, man. Shout out to all the teams, programs, coaches, and fan bases that advanced to the state championship game this week. Good luck to you, man. We wish you nothing but success and nothing but luck. You know what I mean? May the best team win, but good luck to everybody. Shout out to all the athletic directors that we worked with this year that gave us access on game night media credentials. Shout out to all the coaches that gave us access, whether it was practices, coming to take pictures, interviews after the game, interviewing them when sometimes they just want to get in the locker room and celebrate with their teammates or celebrate with their players if it's a coach. So We appreciate you giving us that type of access. And shout out to my son, man, and his basketball team. They got their first game tomorrow, man. So good luck to the boys, man. Shout out to my son. I love you. Good luck. And that's it, man. All my shout outs, baby.
As always, shout out to the family, man. Shout out to the team, interviews, family, interviews team, everybody who play their part to help us bring this content to you guys. Sure. Shout out to Coach. He tireless research and making us familiar with the players in our area, players outside our area, so we can talk smart about what we're doing. Shout out to the whole football community.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying? Yep. So, all the media outlets that on the sideline, in the weather, good weather, bad weather, yep. So, saying shout out to everybody, of course,
State championship. Week.
You know what I'm saying? Holler at us, man. Get us in the place. You know what I'm saying? But, everybody enjoy your holidays. Be safe.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Come back with all your fingers, all your toes. You know what I mean? We love y'all.
One more next week, bro.
One more next week, but we got a lot more from between the lines coming on the off season.
One more between the lines, just the season stuff.
Yeah,
but
we don't stop.
You know what I'm saying? We
don't stop.
Stay tuned in the off season for the Legends editions. We coming.
For sure.
Stay tuned.
Stay locked in between the lines and Coach Stella.